Hi everyone! Welcome to your newest addition to this channel. It is Good Morning Tea, where Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I would read everybody and inspire you with some oracle cards. So how about let's make your tea now? Hi everyone, welcome to your Vedic Sidereal Astrology general prediction. Just to give you guys a heads up, this is a general prediction and that your Mahadasha and your Antardasha will play a significant role before we go through the transit. We also practice Jyotish, meaning this is to enlighten. We are going to go through each of the zodiac, but again, this is a general prediction, so we do advise for you guys to consult an astrologer if you are going to a specific dasha in your life before you can use this prediction. We will try as much to be as accurate as it is still going to be showing some effectivity with the general energies that you might be encountering for this particular month. Without further ado, we're gonna start your reading from each of the zodiac. All right, so here we have Dr. Pai. Let's begin with the Aries. Okay, Dr. Pai, so the floor is all yours.
Thanks, Sal. So, Aries for the month of February 2020. Um, Aries, people who are born with moon or ascendant in Aries will see that the first till the 7th of this month, it's going to be, they might have a lot of distress that might be going through, or they might have something to do with some difficulty with what they're going through. There could be a quarrel or an accident that can also be, if people are going through some ailments, maybe this is, the period is only till about 7th of February. Afterwards, I see a very positive time for them for the rest of the month. So the good news is, yeah, for the first few days, it has been very high intensity energy for the Aries with Mars going in the eighth house. But after the 7th, which is 8th of February onwards for the rest of the month, they will have a perfect time, which I feel. So some of the key themes that I want to talk about, Sal, for your viewers of Aries ascendant or Aries moon is, first of all, what I see again, I'm seeing loss of any important item in their life. There's also what I see, it's about perfectionism. Some of them want to be perfection. Also, some of their partners might want to get a tattoo done during this month. Okay, around their neck or their shoulders. Some of their partners might want to get a tattoo done. That's what I've seen. Some of their partners might also want to commence a book or writing or blogging. Okay, so these are some of the themes that I've seen for Aries. Also, what I want to tell you is a lot of research work is going to come, and people are going to go to the depth of occult for
Yeah.
Aries. I see a lot of mysticism. Meeting mystics, trance channels, mediums. That is very much on the cards. Also, what I feel is Aries people would want to go on a pilgrimage or go to some holy places or go to a place of worship which their ancestors have also been in the past. So that's possible for Aries. Also, what I see when I do the charts, I also look at what are the periods they have to be really careful. In Vedic astrology cell, we call them the Gandanta.
Yes.
Okay, Gandanta means ending of a spiritual knot. Okay, Ganta means a knot, and Antya means untying it. So imagine that you have a knot in your on a thread, And when you have to pass a ring through it, when it hits the knot, the ring can't pass through. So if you represent the ring as your life moving through, when you hit this knot, the ring can't pass through. So it is very essential for you to untie these knots of your life. Okay, so for people with Aries ascendant, this untying of the knot is going to happen between the 2nd of February to the 12th of February this month. It's not that essential that every month you'll be going through this, but for Aries ascendant, they have to untie this knot. It could be anything to do with their relationships, which they have been worried about. It could be something with their father or a parent or their in-laws, which means the spouse's family. There might be something which has been brewing for so long, and it's high time now you need to untie that knot. Okay, so some of the themes I also want to add to this, Sal, is this is a great time for taking insurances. People who want to take a life insurance, maybe this is high time that you look at buying life insurances for your family members to protect them. It's not that you don't have to worry about anything about your longevity. I'm just saying it's the best time to really plan when Mars is going through the 8th house. Also, what I see is you have to worry about your spouse's wealth. Be conservative about your spouse's wealth, because that is one area of the life where you might find that there is a lot of money which is going away and you need to strengthen. In terms of career, I see for Aries, this is going to be a very good month. It's going to be a lot of hard work that I see with the Sun and the 10th house for them. But what I see is after the Sun is going to move, you might have some issues with your bosses. Maybe there's if you're superior or your boss or the management, you might have some differences of opinion or some difference with understanding each other. So that's only till about 12th of this month, after which I feel it's just going to be much easier. Similarly, with your father, your managers, your teachers, you might still have some differences, which is going to clear up after the 12th of February. And in terms of relationships, for these people, one tip I want to give to everybody is organizing and decluttering. I want to start giving these tips to all the ascendants, because as long as you start organizing your life, because Venus is your 2nd house lord and 7th house lord of relationship and wealth, sitting in the 12th house for Aries. Remember, whenever we get up in the morning, we just come out of our bed and we don't make up our bed. This is the first tip I want to give. If you want to have better relationships, if you want to save more money, then the first thing is to make up your bed. Don't throw clothes on the bed, because that is a place that you sleep. Your relationships are going to definitely get better if you make your bed. And keep your clothes, wash your clothes, use perfumes. This is a good thing. And don't take your laptops onto your bed. Okay, your laptops or any other activities that you do on the phone, keep your phone as much away as possible. Remember, for Aries, Mercury gets debilitated in the 12th house. Yes. The 12th house is your bed. So keep your phones away, your communication equipments, your iPads, your laptops, your phones. Don't bring them close to your bed. Bed is a place where you need to have your conjugal bliss, or before marriage with your partners. That's a place where you want to rest. So you can listen to some soft music, instrumental music. So Aries, just these are some of my tips for this month, but also you can practice this all throughout your life, because for Aries, these are tips that I want to say. Get organized, get also your wardrobe fixed, because Venus is going through the 12th house. Maybe if you want to get a new pair of clothes, this is the time. If you want to revamp your wardrobe, this is the time. If you want to work on your relationships and also rethink on how you can save better, this is the time.
That's perfect, Dr. Pai. Because very interesting. It's like I don't even have an Aries placement at all. But before we have our consultation, I was sharing to my assistant here about making sure that the bed is always clean and folded. Isn't it also there's a saying, I believe, is in India, like if you don't clean the bed, it's like the demons starts playing with with the bed, so it's always has to be fixed. And then iron of clothes, like make sure it's always
Exactly.
pristine. You know, that works well with also with Venus, and considering that Venus is in the 12th house, it will, you know, it will accentuate. Also, it's like I don't wear perfume, but interesting, Dr. Pai, because like starting 3 days ago, I started spraying perfume. I have a collection, but I don't use it because there's no special occasion. But I figured it's like, when will I use this? So I just started spraying it. So again, Aries, you know, it's like those are jewels. What Dr. Pai is giving us, very significant ways of you know, working with having Venus in your 12th house, and also with the technology. With or without Mercury debilitated in the 12th house, technology is really not good as far as like frequency, you know, you know, with your brain getting close to it, it's really not a good practice. And then you also have Mercury going there, then it's just, you know, you're basically just asking trouble. And Venus finds pleasure in the 12th house because it's the house of where you will sleep. So sleep is going to be very, very important for you. Especially, of course, there's bed pleasure over there. And then some little bit of luxury you will see here also, because Venus going into the 12th, and you know, it's like there's some tendency of splurging, okay, you know, to treat yourself good. Maybe like you also would want to how to say this, have some intimate connection, especially if you are married already. This is the high time for that. Dr. Pai, with the Sun and Saturn finally separating mid this February, the Sun crossing to Aquarius, and of course Saturn will stay in Capricorn for the rest, you know, 2 more years and a half. This is gonna be a good time for Aries, considering like Sun and Saturn really does not go well together.
Absolutely. So, for those people who have children, maybe there must have been some friction with their children because Sun is the fifth house lord and it's sitting with Saturn. So sometimes what happens is you bring your stress from your work back home, and you see you might have your son or your daughter has not done up the things or your homework or something that can really irritate you. So maybe this after the 12th of February, you will see these things are not going to happen and they will probably help the children. That's one thing. And fifth house is also about romanticism. So, in Vedic astrology. So, I think this is just going to help Aries in a big way. Okay. With the sun moving out from its conjunction with Saturn, it's a great time. And just to add to that, when sun goes into the 11th house, for you people, it's going to be a fantastic time for you to save more money and to also fulfill your desires. Okay, so sun in the 11th house has been good for you for your career, your profession, because sun gets strengthened in the 10th house where it's going to at the moment. But just because Saturn is there, that could create some frictions either with your subordinates if you are in a position, because Saturn represents all the people who are your subordinates or people who are your peers who are working for you, who are your manager.
Yes.
So all those people.
And yes, Dr. Pai, also with the upcoming Mercury retrograde, and it's gonna happen in their 11th house, in the house of income. So this is the perfect time for them to reevaluate how to keep their money and how to make their money also. Any input that you would like to share, Dr. Pai, with having Mercury in their retrograding in their 11th house?
So Mercury will be retrograding from the 17th of February going up to about the 9th of March. So when Mercury is retrograde, you also have to be very careful about your communication and your social network, because 11th house is your social network.
Yeah.
It's your social, it's your your Facebook page, or it could be the social media that you are with. It's the network of friends that you're with. So always be very careful about your communication for Aries, because it's a third house lord and also the sixth house lord going to the 11th house. So be careful about when it goes retrograde. Be very careful about your communication, because you could be misconstrued or misunderstood.
Okay, so Aries, what Dr. Pai is mentioning there is like your network, your friends, which is, right now it's very easy to get quoted, especially if you have a Twitter, you have your Instagram story. So it's more of like be careful and be cautious of what you post out there, because you can just post it with one click, but it can also stay there forever. So just be careful on that one, especially with this transit. You may mean well, but how people will perceive it will be totally different. So try to, like stay off, kind of like the social media for this time, and then just go back to it once, Mercury is in direct. Okay, so that's for the Mercury. Now, Dr. Pai, any last message for the Aries ascendant for February?
Final message, and this is not only for February, for Aries all throughout your life. Always remember, this is something that I give as a tip to everybody who's Aries ascendant or Aries moon, is always take care of your feet, because your feet is the health of your relationship, because it is the sixth house of ailments from the seventh house of relationship. So, which means it's literally the feet of your partner. So imagine that you want to keep a healthy relationship and keep a healthy partner. So I would say go for your, pedicures and your manicures. Keep your feet healthy. Wash your feet before you go to bed, because this is one thing I've seen. Washing your feet, scrubbing your feet will lead to better relationships, and also this is an easy way. Better relationship, better sleep patterns, and also with better lifestyle.
Okay. That sounds amazing. Now, so for everybody, again, for the Aries ascendant, what Dr. Pai was just mentioning is just like how we take care of our feet is very crucial. To have, it's like the good foundation of, of your partnership. Okay, because that's where you stand basically, and also the feet reflects Saturn. So like before you go to sleep, it's best for you to just rinse it off first. Have some like a foot spa. Always make sure that like your feet is taken care of, because let's just say for example you're standing the whole day, there's stress, there's tension over there. It's like you neglect the feet, and this is the perfect time for you, because Venus is in the 12th house. Venus wants to be taken care of in this particular transit. So this is going to be a highlight of this month for you guys. All right, so thank you very much, Aries ascendant and the Aries moon, and hopefully to catch you guys again next month, as we do this every month for each of the ascendant and the moon signs in Vedic Sidereal Astrology. Bye, guys.